Hi everyone, this is Francisco, and well, I just wanted to show all of you a great idea of like what to do or how to use like sweats. Right here I have some sweats, any type of t-shirts or pants or fabrics that might have gotten stained up with bleach. Okay, these sweats are brand new. I just paid for them like not even 7 months ago. They're not even a year old. They're brand new, okay? They're like babies. And well, if you people out there allow them to soak in bleach, the color will actually bleed out. So it will cause it to go like a pinkish, whitish color. Now, there is some dye kits out there. So all you would have to do, because obviously you can't dye this, right? Like the dark colors. I mean, you can, but it won't really like be exposed that much. So basically what you would have to do is buy yourself some bleach, throw these in there for, I'm not really sure. Maybe look at some videos and see, and check how long it will take for pants to, for the color to bleed out from the fabric. Or you could just monitor it. Because I actually left some towels a long time ago in a bucket of fully concentrated bleach. And when I went in to remove the towels, they were all blue. When I seen them, they were all white. So as I was about to pick them out, they tore in little pieces. Because I left it in there for way too long. Alright? So, if you're going to do this, like, instantly, when bleach lands on this, it dyes it. So, I mean, you guys can just, imagine the power of bleach, right? So, all you would technically have to do is submerge them in bleach. Then, maybe do that a few times until all the color is off of it, Because this is how I bought them at the store, gray color. But I was like, I think I was like spraying bleach somewhere. And so my sweats got like this. Now, instead of me going to the store and buying a new pair, which I can, and I won't have to do any work, and the dye kits to dye clothing, like the t-shirts where people paint with a bunch of colors. Well, I can do that, and the paints are only I think $30. Alright, so, and I would have, at the end of the day, I would have a pretty cool, customized type of, sweat pants, because, I would go to Walmart and, buy the paints and then do that to my pants, to my sweats. But I think it's worth it, for me personally, because, that style is not really out there. Not a lot of people wear that for whatever reason. So it's very unique, creative, and you could, write your name on one of the legs if you want, or, add a logo if you know how to draw it. But it's art ultimately. And I was thinking like an all white color with splatters of different paints. So it could have like all the colors, but just a diversity of colors scattered throughout, the sweats. So that's the only reason why I saved these here. And my little niece and I, we're going to be making a video shortly about dyeing pillowcases, maybe some white socks, and maybe white beanie. But you know what? I was thinking, man, if we go and buy a beanie, the beanies are like $10. So if I can submerge this in bleach and get it to be somewhat white, and then get like a different color, like a light green or light red, then instead of it being like this pink color, it will turn into the lighter color that I mix the dye with, and I could make the whole beanie look that color throughout its entirety. See what I'm saying? So, like even a pillowcase. Maybe we can grab an old pillowcase, submerge it in bleach, and then dye it. Use it to dye with, So I would recommend soaking it in the bleach. Once it gets discolored, rinsing it or throwing it in the washer, letting it dry. Once it dries, then apply the dyes to it, so you won't have the bleach chemical, exposed to you and others. So it's all about safety, ultimately. They also sell these like car wash rags at the Dollar Tree. They're all white, and this one right here is like a microfiber, and it's actually for washing cars. So that one is super cool. If any of you want to use that, it's super cool. But yeah, it's just another DIY, do it yourself type of project. And, instead of throwing your clothing away and utilizing older clothing that you might have had no interest in whatsoever, but if you alter it somehow, like I'm explaining, then maybe you will have an interest in it. Right? And old clothing is great to practice on. So, what about like old hats? I have some old hats. You guys can, grab an old hat that has faded away. Even a black hat or black pants. Sometimes the color, it gets bleeded out. So all you would have to do is get some dye paint, mix all the colors, in a little, in a little, like equal parts of all the colors and mix it, and they'll create black. Then, you could spread that all over your, your discolored clothing, and it will restore practically that black color. Okay? So, anyways, these were just some ideas I wanted to share with all of you without actually showing any images or, any of that. But, you can basically look at some research online and look at how people have bleached their clothing with bleach. Then you will see how effective it is. Then so when you have the dye, the coloring dye for clothing dyeing, then, there's a lot of YouTubes on that as well. And there's some pretty cool videos, and they teach you how to create some stunning looking art with your own clothing and your own paints. And this is art. There's nothing wrong about it. It's all unique. And who knows, you might be able to turn this into a business. Buying old clothing and converting it and restoring it practically and putting it back out there on the market for people to buy. I mean, anything is possible. Especially like pillowcases and beanies, that's stuff that people will buy all day long. Shorts, white shorts, summer's coming, and, dyeing that. But yeah, anyways, I'll leave you guys to figure it all out from this point on.